And Hamlet's mother, Gertrude, taking poison. What was the name of that girl? Oh, Georgina, of course. She was our neighbour.
Oh, I remember her. She liked you.
And there you were, best supporting actor. My silent scene partner, my Yorick. Your presence inspired me and brought me to tears.
Yeah, it hurt to know that's all I could be. Inspiration. I couldn't even play the king's ghost. How's that for irony? To be or not to be? Indeed.
I know why you wanted to forget. The show forced you to confront your limits, except no one else would ever see you but me. Why do you think I cried? In the end, the audience was thrilled. You can still hear their roars after the final act.
You were so pleased with yourself when the theatre director came down to admire your work.
He applauded. A huge gesture from a man for whom children on stage was an anathema.
One small step for a man, one giant leap for students of the dramatic arts.
Childhood is a time of naivety. I cannot now imagine seeking a career as an actor, drinking wine all day and gaily treading the boards at night.
Yet you often pretend to be someone else in your search for the truth. You can't act like this side of you disappeared completely.
Quite. This, above all, to thine own self be true.
A fresh newspaper? I wish you a pleasant reading.
Refresh your in... Sorry, I've nothing to offer you at present.
I'm coming.
No more crime for you until next month. Too simple. Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready.
Coming.
Don't.
Coming. I couldn't miss the party.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Time to knock this guy out.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple.
Give him.
I am invincible.
It won't work this way.
I'm coming.
Can overcome the...
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend. Don't cry, you'll live.
The snuff's ready.
No more. No crime for you until next month.
Time to... Weaken him first.
I couldn't miss the party.
Don't cry, you'll live. No more.
The snuff's ready.
Don't.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Nice affordable clothes? Step right up. Let's pick something that suits you. A good choice. A good choice indeed.
Could you help me?
No, brother, I've never heard of this. I'm coming. I couldn't miss the party. I'm coming for you.
No more crime.
The snuff's ready. Time to knock this guy out.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm coming for you.
He's all yours now. Go for it. I thought we were against murder.
Terribly sorry. Don't cry, you'll live.
Get ready for some pain.
The snuff's ready.
Not that easy.
too simple.
I'm coming. I will end you. I'm coming for you.
No, you killed him!
Don't bother moving.
The snuff's ready. Can overcome the...
I couldn't miss the party.
No more crime for you until next month.
Time to knock this guy out.
Get ready. I'm coming.
Take a rest.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't bother moving.
The snuff's ready.
No more crime.
Give him the pepper snuff. Overcome him, don't...
I'm coming for you.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
I will end you.
You can overcome the brute now.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Treasure maps from the governor. Find 8 and come back for more.
Excuse me, just one question.
Oh no, I won't fall for that trick again. Treasure maps from the governor. Find 8 and come back for more. Contest for the guests of Cordona.
Have you found anything helpful? Have you found anything helpful?
Could you help me?
I can't help you, friend.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, ma'am. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police. No visitors allowed. 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 Hello, officer. How can I help you?
Greetings. I'm investigating the theft of a painting by Mr. Boniface Mercurio. He lives... And may I talk to him?
Oh, how dreadful. But I suppose that means his work is finally being appreciated, doesn't it?
In a way, yes.
That's good. The news should please him.
Thank you, Ma'am. So, where might I find him?
Find who?
Mr. Mercurio. His painting was stolen?
You must be new to the police service. You see, dear, there is a rule. No visitors allowed. This rule applies to policemen as well.
Ma'am, I am representing the law of this island. Please, let me through, otherwise...
Do you know how hard it is to become a landlady on an island ruled by men? And if you think that I'm just an old woman whom you can frighten with your uniform, you're very mistaken. I have a lot of connections. If you do something stupid, my dear, it will be the last thing you do on this island.
Very well, Ma'am. I'll work it out another way.
Have a nice day, officer. Good luck with your investigation, officer. Good luck with your investigation, officer. Good luck with your investigation, officer.
Nice affordable clothes. Let's pick something that suits you. A good choice. A good choice indeed.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake! How many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days. The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife. Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags. Could be the murder weapon. A normal kitchen knife. Red skin, tails on the back, reminds me of Verda's description of the stolen painting. The chest has been searched. Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here. I wonder where he got that fancy camera. Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. It appears the wine was truly awful. The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called Expressionism.
The photograph was not pulled. Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon? The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him. It's time for some chemical magic, John.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here. Nothing behind it. Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon? Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon? Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Phew, Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Nah, never had nothing.
Poor chap.
You're acting so strange today, dear. I hope someday you'll...
Do you know anything about this?
Just walk away, or I'll suddenly forget we are both Ottomans.
May I ask you something?
That's new to me. There is nothing I can tell you.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Could you help me?
I'm sorry, that's not something I know.
Another treasure located. Let's celebrate.
Is this familiar to you?
I wish I could help you.
Oriental rug. I'm afraid I have nothing to offer, except my company.
Help me, please.
Ask someone else. I have no information.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I've never heard of it. I'm sorry.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people? But on purpose.
Can I ask you a question?
You and I are the economic foundation of this island. We should help each other. But I don't know what you are talking about.
Selam. Yeni komşum berbat biri.
Come, come! I'm afraid I have nothing to offer, except my company.
Help me, please.
Sounds familiar, but no. Ask someone else.
May I ask for your assistance?
I've never heard of it. I'm sorry.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking, about what and dressed as what?
Is this familiar to you?
Sounds familiar, but no. Ask someone else.
Excuse me, just one question.
You and I are the economic foundation of this island. We should help each other. But I don't know what you are talking about.
Are you a...
Of course. The streets have the information you seek.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sorry, I would like to help, but I know nothing.
Beasts!
Are you able to help me?
I
Murderers!
They're completely livid. First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
Where do you think you're going? Speak with the chief. I won't let you pass, you damn gaper.
Murder! Beasts!
May I ask for your assistance?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
you know anything about this?
Sorry, pal. I can't remember.
I won't let you pass, you damn gaper.
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm from City Hall. They sent me to oversee the situation.
No, you're not. I'm the supervisor of the camp, and I'm the one who's handling the current situation on behalf of City Hall. Ronald Harlow at your service. Now, sir, tell me who you really are, or you'll have to explain yourself to the police. I have full authority to request they detain you.
Very well, Mr. Harlow. I am a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness on my case. Sherlock Holmes is my real name, though.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in, so please, step back.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body.
Clearly a left handprint here.
0.
A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal. Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
A man's footprint. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. No hint of blood or impact. Someone was dragged against their will. The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
May I ask for your assistance?
Don't think I can help you, lads.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
That will kill, not save him. It won't do any good. I'll use it to create a solution. I'm afraid these leaves can only be added to tea. Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something? A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping, John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John. I can use this to stop the infection from spreading.
If they find out about the passage... If they find out about them... If they find out about them... If they find out about... Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Shep. Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat
Just washed.
came up with this
Better than
idea?
nothing to bandage the wound. I've collated all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Thank you.
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Malpal, soaked with salt water. £1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place? Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Don't think I can help you, lads.
Can I ask you a question?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking, about what and dressed as what?
Can I ask you a question?
You and I are the economic foundation of this island. We should help each other. But I don't know what you are talking about.
Murder! Beasts!
Someone was dragged against their will.
Back off.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
Can I ask you a question?
Don't think I can help you, lad.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Is this familiar to you?
Don't think I can help you, lad.
You still here? I've already told you all I've learned. Your problem, not mine. Less than you do.
And this doesn't bother you?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's... To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads. I'm busy. Don't you... You have papers to fill. City Hall lubberheads.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
What can I get you, mate?
Help me, please.
I wish I could help you.
Is this familiar to you?
Please, stop bothering me. I don't know anything.
May I ask you something?
I'm too tired for your questions.
Time to check your... Who, what and what, Sherry? Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs. Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates. A single Malpal butt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
You're not even trying. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
So, we have a thug who came to take a woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
You still here?
Inspector, I believe I can aid your investigation. I know who the dead man is and what really happened to him.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. And maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to It's sad, but coming up with conclusion. Anyway.
Mr.
What?
All right, listen carefully.
Oh.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it,
How do you know he fell on his own?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed...
But how did he sneak into the...
And...
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer.
You think one small clock can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John?
I owe you a lot, Mr.
Just one
Holmes.
ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble. Could you help me?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
Could you help me?
Sorry.
We don't see much here.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking, about what and dressed as what?
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Help me, please.
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking, about what and dressed as what?
Are you able to help me?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
We'll leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla, if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
Hello, Nayla? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Nayla, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
No. My best work, John, by a long shot. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped
At least some of your kind have
Now
a
we know
hat.
that maniac's face.
Thank you
in the
again.
Crossy War. We can still catch him.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
You still here? Go and bother someone else with this, son.
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr.
Sherry, wait. You might want to settle all the matters in the camp before leaving. You probably won't be coming back here anytime soon.
You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
May I ask you something?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
At least some of your kind have a hat. Thank you again.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry.
Can I ask you a question?
They often take us from the camp to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way to get a glimpse of freedom.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone
I owe you a lot,
entered the
Mr.
camp
Holmes.
to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find... It's a shame we didn't learn more about that scheme the guards were talking about. The corruption in Cordona flourishes once more.
A contest for the guests of Cordona.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business. Why are you staring at me like a...
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least...
Who? Why are you here?
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike.
Really? Then you won't mind...
All right. All right.
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery? No.
So...
Oh, it appears that more and more... You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon...
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice...
Sherlock Holmes.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by...
Respect.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas... So...
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen...
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring...
And buying the painting in an...
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such...
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current... We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes.
You mentioned blackmail.
All right. A couple of days ago, the blackmailer made it clear that if there is a paint...
What does the...
Money, of course. What else? Up until the last moment, I burnt it as soon as I read it.
Boniface Mercurio, does...
He's an artist.
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you.
Oh, that is bad.
You had motive to...
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? Well, him, yes, I thought he could have been the blackmailer. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to...
I don't believe people, I believe...
Then look at the evidence.
So, let's return to the beginning.
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong couple. I completely lost my sanity.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often...
It's...
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving...
I would never have planned such a terrible Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work. I made a mistake. But I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but you will make amends. Naylor deserves the very...
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to...
That's not... Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a
Yes, all right, I can do that.
I need to think this all through.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British Imperial... Realism. I take your point.
Have you found anything helpful?
What a lovely man this Bernadotte is, eh, Sherry? Can't wait. Until we get to meet him.
May I ask you something?
Oh, if only I could help you with this.
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John. Do you know anything about this?
You work, I count. There are no questions in this formula.
Can I ask you a question?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Excuse me, just one question.
I'm sorry, officer, but I can't help you.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Is this familiar to you?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing? These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
I'm here to discuss business with Mr. Bernadotti. I tried the front door, but...
Mr. Bernadotti isn't seeing anyone. You'll have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotti's best interest to...
1...
I did try to resolve this peacefully. Take a rest, my friend.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Hello there. No more crime for you.
The snuff's ready.
Don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff. Time to knock this guy out.
No more crime.
The snuff's ready.
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Not that easy.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Too simple.
Take this.
Take a rest, my friend.
Sherry, look. This seems familiar. You've disappointed me so much, Sherlock.
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't harm you.
Like you didn't harm the folks on the way here?
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited. Let's see what's hidden there. Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case? An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear... I've got to... It's better I leave.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family. Spare me. Spare me. Spare me.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor. 1875. It's taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
Spare me.
The Bernadotte Company Limited Trade Network reaches the most distant colonies of the Great Empire.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte. This is it. This is where all the magic happens. This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Spare me.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Come here, and we shall talk. Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in
Hold your...
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotte, a smuggler...
Few men would dare waltz into my office, and this is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure...
As I said, your man was found dead in the... He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact...
You have no idea what you are talking about. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident.
For what reason was your...
Why would I answer?
Mr. Bernadotte, do you know... Mercurio was a local artist. The thief was...
You are testing...
In a moment, the connection will... I was hired, privately, to investigate... My investigation led me to a man...
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need...
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. I presume you were hired by the owner. So, this paint... So many... When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression... Tell me exactly...
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief,
Your time is almost up.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final... The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and...
Finally.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment and...
You have the photograph with you?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to... I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest...
I must admit, I'm rather impressed by how comprehensively you have... My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. In return, I will make sure no one
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and... I only learned the whole story after the artist...
And rather than extricate yourself...
It fell into my lap. Now, how much?
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts.
How high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. I pay generous rates to developing... I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. The tax on cargo is often... And trust me...
Why did you send your man?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best. I thought the girl was...
I saw refugees from...
I have made...
And how much do you save by...
I have heard no complaints.
Why should I... You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve...
I do have connections, Mr. Holmes. The woman who was violated will have her own home, outside the... She will no longer be a refugee, but a...
Is that really...
It will be neither fast nor easy. But... And as for her abuser, he will...
So, in your plan, everybody will...
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt... Simply give me the photograph.
If I give you the photograph, how do I know you will not come after me?
Mr. Holmes, you are not a threat. The local authorities owe me favor. Besides...
Indeed, I cannot ignore the just outcome.
You are a hard man to read, Mr. Holmes. I couldn't tell... One more thing, Mr. Holmes. Now that I have the photo...
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day, on account of...
Oh, what about the stolen painting?
Yes,
Splendid! I'm most grateful, Mr. Holmes.
I cannot, Mr. Vogel. The story...
So sometimes you do hide the truth?
I'm not on a crusade. I simply do not...
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen to keep secrets,
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding... I am told it belongs... Frankly, I'm not sure how...
Previously you mentioned there may... Thank you.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume?
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux. Happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
You have my attention, Mr. Estevaux.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed. Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of no small importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retreat?
No, sir, nothing of the... You shall observe from a distance.
Saving the best for you?
There's a cafe, and remember...
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house!
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything! I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona in London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine...
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered. I feel unstable because of you.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much...
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall. It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible. It must have been something else. Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us. The workers took the artifact and placed it into the Cabinet of Curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that. Ah yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator and this was her Cabinet of Curiosities.
I never saw the point. What does it
I
matter
remember
if
this
some
cozy
artifact
blanket.
is real or not?
It was perfect.
It still exists. Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down. Another fake Holy Grail. One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.